next game of the EGCA Champions League hosted by Tigers. This is the 5th place playoff between Aarhus, Goalball and Sporting Club Portugal. Across the court, wearing green, black and white, is Sporting Club Portugal. Wearing number 1, Goalball. Number 4, Sacramento. Wearing 5, João Mota. Wearing 6, Luis Miguel. And wearing 7, Tomás Delfim. And coach for Portugal is Duarte Correa. Assisted by João Tavares.
Welcome back to live coverage of the EGCA Champions League. It is day number 3 and this is our 5th to 6th placement match between Sporting and Aarhus. So we've already confirmed our 7th and 8th placed finishers. Northern All Stars finishing 7th overall, with Fuchsia Berlin finishing in 8th. But this is decide 5th and 6th, though no medals up for grabs or a ticket to the Champions League finals, but lots of pride at stake for both of these teams. Bush playing to the left of the court in this first half in the sky blue shirts, with Sigurd Lund on the team bench for Aarhus, with Mathias Jensen, Kasper Gregersen and Mads Larsson in the starting 3. As for Sporting, we've got João Mota, and then Sacramento and Tomás Delfim on the right in their green, white and black loop shirts.
Thank you. Sporting, start with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
So this first half is to get underway. Sporting will get us started, throwing from right to left. It will be Sacramento who will throw the first ball of this 5th to 6th placement match, and Mads Larsson, who has made the block. Sacramento 15 goals for Sporting, 17 goals for João Mota, so they know where the back of the net is. The Sporting team, Mota starting on the left with Tomás Delfim in the centre, and we've had Tomás Delfim and João Mota switching between centre and wing, but that's a long ball penalty given against Kasper Gregersen, who's already got 16 goals to his name, but that one is a long ball penalty, so plenty of goal scorers on the court for this one, and here is one of them, João Mota, standing in the centre of his goal, scores, no mistake. João Mota scores his 18th goal of the competition, and he is one of many goal scorers in this tournament. João Mota gets Sporting off to the perfect start, Niall.
Nice finish there by João Mota. He closed out. It's a different one from the previous game. Converting on the penalties nice and early. João Mota knew where he had to put the ball and get Sporting into the lead. Sacramento there with a cross-court effort across the centre. Centre did well to deal with that and push it out.
Gregerson. And finds the back of the net. It's an instant reply, and Kasper Gregerson gets his 17th goal of this tournament. What a start to this game. Inside the opening minutes, it's one apiece, and it's two players who are right up there at the top scorers charts. João Mota and Gregerson getting the goals. Here is João Mota with a bouncing, venomous effort into Mads Larsson. We've had João Mota and Thomas Delphine switching from centre and wing. Now, but they've gone for Thomas Delphine in the centre, João Mota on the left.
Yeah, they've opted for Delphine. He's normally starting that game in that centre position. He did on the first day and the early games on the second. He's got to be careful on his hand side. It looks like he's just not committing himself across, trying to put the work on to João Mota there, and it didn't pay off. João Mota can have that firepower on the wing. It's just what they want to do. It looks like Sporting want to really tone in on their firepower today.
Mads Larsson with that block, and ever since he came onto the court in that first game, he has made a real impact as Mads Larsson. We've been very impressed with his play throughout the tournament.
Larsson's one of those players that just stands out from his playing ability and the way he...
Well, that's a second for Aarhus with Gregerson with another one. And already a game that has been littered with goals, and a tournament that has been a real goal fest this weekend. Kasper Gregerson gets his second. Aarhus now with a 2-1 lead. And we'll go back to Mads Larsson, who's had an excellent tournament.
Mads Larsson, yeah, he's had a very excellent tournament. He stands out. He's got that swooping rotation shot when he's coming into his shot. He's defensively, he's a little spark plug for this Danish club team. Just going to that goal there, it looks like Delphine again. Then exposed Delphine's hands again. It was a copy and paste goal. For that second one there for the Danish club squad. We could see some adjustments. João Mota could go into the middle just to free up Delphine, just to get him some confidence, or they may elect, and they have done that.
Sacramento now own over 150 goals scored in the EGCA Champions League. We had 136 before this weekend, 15 scored across the 2 days, and of course competing in his final game this morning, so could add to his tally. 151 Champions League goals for Sacramento, playing on the right for Sporting. But here is Thomas Delphine, who's now moved out to the left for Sporting, with João Mota now playing in the middle.
150 goals isn't a bad account to have with the Champions League. Goalball. Delphine there, he had a confident stop there. He really needed one of those, especially on his hand side.
Block just to the right by Jensen, playing in the centre. Mads Larsson now on the left. Big boot away by João Mota.
Big boot there, and it was a really swooping effort there by Larsson. He goes at different levels on his rotation. He starts really high, swoops low, and then finishes really high.
So just a brief stoppage in play. Just
I think they may be having some problems with the scoreboard. Yeah, they've just fixed it to the correct score of 2-1 to Aarhus. There's a moment now for the players just to take their time, just to gather their thoughts and know what they're going to be executing out on the court. It looks like Gregson's going to be coming in from the centre, moving over to the right wing.
Gregson with this throw down this near side around Motta. He responds right at Casper Gregerson. And that one is also blocked.
Sean Martin not wasting any time getting up, and he could hear the foot pound coming back, and he was trying to catch out Gregerson there.
That's Larson right down that far side. That one is out. That one going cross court is wide of the outside of the post. Casper Gregerson now towards that right pocket. That one's also safe around Motta, so a very fluid start to this game for Sporting, with Thomas Delphine switching out to this left side. Delphine with that effort, it is blocked, and there's going to be a substitution, and it's going to be Mads Larsen who's going to come off, and Sigurd Lund is going to come on.
Lund does give him that extra dimension. He adds a bit of more shot power to this Danish club team, and a smoother and quiet release. Looks like they're looking to take and catch that Sporting team off guard. Looks like Lund's looking to take this first shot.
Sigurd Lund now with the efforts. He does take that first shot. Right pocket was targeted. Sacramento whips it towards that right pocket. Good block by Jensen, and Gerson, who's now switched out to the left side. Gerson now going towards that centre spot with Jean Motta smothering the ball on the court. Here is Thomas Delphine, crouches low under the crossbar, goes towards that left pocket, it pops up into the air and is blocked out.
Nice confident stop there by Lund. You like to get your first stop there nice and early and not wait for it. Nice bouncing effort across his counterpart on the other wing.
Sacramento working it towards that left pocket with a good bit of fizz and pop. And that one is blocked out. Substitution for Aarhus.
Lund's substitution is out, and he's left the court. I'm sure we'll find out what's happened, but Larsen's looking like he's coming back on. He may have just needed that couple moments.
Yeah, Mads Larsen back onto the court, and Aarhus running off out of the venue and into the to the corridor. So at the moment, the three players for Aarhus with just the coaches in the team bench area, Svennerlund and Malene Iversen.
Yeah, I believe that Lund now will not be able to come back onto the team bench as he has left the court.
So Sporting with the advantage here in terms of players, but are 2-1 down on the scoreboard. Casper Gregerson. And that one is blocked by Thomas Delphine, so big effort required here now from this side in the sky blue shirts, who lead by 2-1.
Larsen taking the responsibility for this shot. Swooping effort.
And he does, out towards that far post. That one is cleared away. So Sporting in the group stages set 2 wins from the 3 games. They lost to Old Power 11-9 in their first game, and were involved in a quarter-final against Lyon, where they lost 8-6. Beat Berlin though in the 5th to 8th placement match. And then 11-6. That's how they've secured their passage to the 5th to 6th placement match. Find themselves 2-1 down here. Matthias Jensen with the effort and with the goal. Well, they may only have 3 players available to them, but it's 3 goals for Aarhus. And it's a 2-goal lead as we approach the end of this first quarter, Niall.
Yeah, it looked like Zhao wanted to track that to his to the opposite side, and then he was not happy with conceding that one.
Big save from Kasper Gregersen. Aarhus finished bottom of Group B with just 1 win. They beat Lyon in the group stages.
And it was a big win there for Aarhus, beating that Lyon team that are potentially booking their place in the final.
It's amazing when you reflect on those results through the group stages, and if you just read those results on paper and didn't follow the games, you'd think how this tournament's played out can be a little bit bizarre, but it's been amazing twists and turns throughout the 2 days.
That's Goalball for you. Every team can beat every team on their game. Some teams can have a bad one. Great effort there by Sacramento to try to break through this Aarhus team, but really handled well by Larsen and also the centre there for Aarhus.
Yeah, but there's Jensen in the centre with a big save. And he celebrated that one as well. He really enjoyed that one. It's great when you get those centre players who make those big saves, because they celebrate them as widely as those goals from the wingers.
Yeah, you take those positives there, and you take confidence from that, and you let the other team know. It's a little bit of a roar to the other team to say, not today, you shall not pass.
Kasper Gregersen just walking towards this near side, and he goes down the line on this near side of the court. That was blocked by Thomas Delphine, and Thomas Delphine now just goes in between Sacramento and João Motto. He goes towards this far side of the court. That one is blocked out by Mads Larsen with his flowing black hair. Mads Larsen with that effort, that one's saved. Score effort, that was a really good, wicked effort, and well dealt with by Kasper Gregersen.
Very well dealt with by Kasper Gregersen. Sacramento can really release that ball well. Smooth and a little bobble to it, so it could flick. Really good dealing with that one.
Big block by Jensen. He was eager to collect that ball and does so. That one goes wide. So Sacramento just under 5 minutes to go. What has been a more low-scoring affair compared to a lot of the games that we've had throughout the course of the weekend. Mads Larsen now. Can he try and extend this lead for Aarhus this time?
And credit there to Aarhus, they're really gritting hard. These are some hard shots coming at them, hard, fast-paced, and they're dealing with them really well.
And this is the advantage that Sporting have at the moment. They can make these changes, and Luis Miguel is going to come on for Sporting. Thomas Delphine comes on. We'll have to say that is a first for me, Sigurd Lund leaving the court. Could you just explain why he can't come back onto the team bench area?
I believe, I may be corrected by some referees here, or some people that may know the rule book better, because he's left the court of play, he cannot now re-enter the court of play, and he's not in the team bench. Really good dealing there by Jensen and Larson, working together as tandem.
Yeah, real credit to these three still out on the court. That's a good right arm up from João Mota. And that one just whistled wide of the far post.
Miguel coming on does give Sporting that extra bit of firepower. That Delphine is a very bouncy player, but Miguel can throw in those nice smooth shots.
Luis Miguel, 7 goals in the tournament so far. That one from the substitute Luis Miguel goes towards that left pocket. Casper Gregerson. And that one bounces in between that right pocket of the substitute Miguel and Delphine. And despite there's 3 players available, the 3 players on the court doing the job, Niall, it is 4-1.
They have, and sometimes when you do have a smaller rotation of players, they do bind together really well, and this Ush team are working all really well within tandem, especially this 3 on court at the moment. Lund has been a featured player with this Lund team, the Ush team. So, but this 3 on the court are doing really well. Larson with the ball on the left.
Sacramento. Can he whip one into the courts and can't get past Jensen and Gregerson, who stand firm in that left pocket. Miguel sweeps over to his left side to block that one. Miguel with the effort, Jensen with the block. And a timeout called by Aarhus. And they lead by 4 goals to 1 with just over 3 minutes remaining of the first half, and they are on course to finish 5th overall in the tournament. We talked about earlier that this is a game where it's not a medal game, it's not a qualification game for the finals, but the big thing about Goalball is trying to finish as high as you can to give you some pride, and also going forward to future tournaments as well, something to really build on.
Definitely, and definitely, this Ush team are proving themselves really strong at the moment. They're one of these teams that have grown into the tournament, and Larson with the ball there. This timeout that they've just taken is just to give them a chance to get some fluids on board. There's an official timeout there. It looks like just a quick eye shade check from João Mota, and we'll be getting underway.
That one heading towards that left pocket, that one is blocked.
Timeout, Sporting.
And a timeout call by Sporting. Sacramento was ready to let fly there, but he's been forced to put on the brakes, and timeout call by Sporting this time. 4-1 still to Aarhus.
Yeah, I think that was just to avoid a 10-second penalty there. There was a bit of miscommunication to the handover to Sacramento. Sacramento then took himself a little second just to set himself to take a shot. I feel like the team bench had to pull the trigger, call a timeout. It's use it or lose it timeout anyway. They might as well use it before the end of the half. I see either a shot on play. I don't know if they've got enough time to get that off, or it might just be a quick little premature throw, get the ball over to the other side to avoid it. So the ball will come back to it because the time hadn't expired from the timeout yet. So they're going to have a retake on that one.
Was you to make the horn? No, it was the end of timeout. Okay, so keep the ball, please.
Sacramento wasting no time Go right up towards that play call from Robert Avery, our referee, on the near side of the court. That's Larson with that effort down the centre.
We saw that Sacramento can get the shot off as quick as he can. He scored within 4.5 seconds left on the clock against the team yesterday. It looked like they were opting to go for the premature throw, but Sacramento had different ideas.
It's Gregerson spreading himself wide in the centre. Is João Mota. Delphine with the effort that really skids across the court after that initial first bounce.
Really strong overhand bounce there from Jensen.
Jensen with that block.
Ball over.
Just feels like the game's getting a bit on the tenser side now, and it's a great warm-up game for this next one, the third, fourth place game between Fen Tigers and Leon.
90 seconds remaining of the first half, and that's Larson going in towards Jack Motta, right back at Larson, who was in position quickly. Sacramento and João Mota making that block.
Play.
João Mota over on the far side of the court, just in front of the goalpost, going right down the middle. That one's comfortably saved by Jensen Gregerson. Dummy run Jensen. Gregerson now unleashes and goes down this near side of the ball, just hanging in the air slightly after that first initial bounce.
Miguel wanted to make sure that that ball was still out. Got his whole body through that ball. Slight adjustment on the orientation needed there from Sacramento to keep that ball in play.
That one goes down that far side. That one is blocked by Mads Larson.
It looks like the Sporting team's really missing João Mota's shooting on this. He's had to focus a lot on the centering and taking away his ability to be able to get as many shots off as he can. It looks like he's taken it up on himself for this one.
João Mota just skipping out towards that right side. And the arm throw towards that right pocket, and between Larson and Jensen, and Sporting have a goal back with 19 seconds of the first half remaining.
And it looks like that's what Sporting were missing, that extra bit of shot power there from Mota. He was able just to chip away at this lead that Osh have.
So final few seconds of this first half. 4-2. Big throw down the centre. A big block as well to match. And that is half time between Osh and Sporting. 4-2. And lots of little different storylines to go in that first half as well, as Osh only the 3 players available, with Sporting 4-2 down as they'll switch ends of the court for this second half. But it's been a really good performance from the team in Sky Blue, and Sporting with work to do now going into the second half.
Yeah, it's now a game of who's fitter, who can carry on. Osh have the lead at the moment, but I worry with only 3 of them, they're going to be taking on a lot of hits now, and no availability of a substitution coming in. I hope we've seen them energetic to hold a whole tournament. Let's hope they can carry on with this energy. And Sporting, they need to get João Mota more involved on the shooting side of it. He's just shown in that last minute of play that he can turn the game a little bit on its head by getting the ball in the back of the net for this team. They need to lock down their defensive ability, and then that'll free up Zhao to be able to score some great goals.
Well, half-time then between the two sides. And it's Aarhus who lead by 4-2 against Sporting. We'll be back with you in a few seconds' time. So we're nearly ready to go for the start of the second half. Sporting Club Portugal taking on Aarhus. And this second half, Aarhus will be on the right with Sporting on the left.
Half-time score, Aarhus 4, Sporting 2. Aarhus start with the ball. Quiet, please. Center. Play.
So it will be Gregerson, Mads Larsson and Matthias Jensen to continue. Aarhus with Sacramento, João Mota and Luis Miguel for Sporting, as you were at the end of that first half. 4-2 to the team in those sky blue shirts away to your right. So Sporting throwing from left to right, Aarhus throwing from right to left. But Gregerson now with the ball in his hands, giving it over to Mads Larsson. He's on this near side on the left of the three. He goes towards the left pocket covered by João Mota and Sacramento. João Mota right down the centre.
Last few shots there from Aarhus have gone straight through the centre. They need to bring it across and start hitting the gaps.
And blocked out says Luis Miguel. Scuttles to his left and quite his radar on target there, but the idea of moving from right to left, trying to confuse the opposition.
It's a really hard one going from the centre back out to the left wing when you're a right-handed rotating player, because you're always fighting against yourself to get that ball back on court. It's easier to go with the momentum if you're going from the left to the right, because that's a natural rotation. A high ball there.
Yeah, that was right in front of us here by Sacramento. Really stepped up towards that high ball line. And a chance now here for Aarhus to re-establish that 3-goal lead. And Gregerson standing in the centre of his goal.
Quiet, please. Play.
Gregerson plants it into the back of the net. It's 5-2 to Aarhus.
Sacramento moved really confidently, thinking he tracked that ball, but he got wrong-footed there. Gregerson put it across his body and then found the back of the net.
is blocked.
Superman dive there from Jensen to keep that ball from going ball over.
Yes, sprung across the court, Mads Larsen, and now that one is a cross-court effort to the far side, and Luis Miguel just takes a second to tap the top of the crossbar, goes back at Larsen. Larsen is in position, ready to make that block. Larsen now towards that left pocket, that one saved. Now Motta. That effort now down towards that right pocket, and a long ball given against João Motta. So 2 penalties at the start of the second half, just a slight lack of discipline here for Sporting.
Yeah, Sporting are really wanting to try to get back in this game, and they might just be pushing a little bit too hard now. You've got to keep it within the limits of the game.
Gregerson already planted one into the back of the net, and that's a cracking save by João Motta. He sprung across the court and got fingertips to it, and one of the best saves we've seen this weekend there, João Motta.
Definitely one of the best saves. He waited with anticipation to see where the ball was going. If it was coming across, he waited on the back line, which a lot of players don't opt to do anymore, but gives him that extra couple of seconds just to hear the ball.
So 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Aarhus leading by 5-2. Cross-court effort towards that far side. It is blocked away. Sacramento threatening across the court.
Jensen there with a sigh of relief that that ball found its way out of the court.
João Motta. That one is into that left pocket. Luis Miguel. And that's another high ball. Well, they've scored one and they've had one saved. And at the moment, despite Sporting really pushing, it's just costing them here, and this could be 6th. And Casper Gregerson scored one, had one saved. Can he add a second? Casper Gregerson, beautifully done. Into this bottom left corner. No mistake from Casper Gregerson.
Yeah, and if I was sitting over on the Sporting bench, I'd take a time out now, because that's each player on the court that's conceded a penalty in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
Sacramento now working that towards the centre of the court, but we continue now with Mads Larsen. Well, a discussion between the two coaches for Sporting. Bart Correa and João Tavares in the team bench area, the coach and assistant coach for Sporting.
The benefit that the Sporting team does have is they do have depth on the bench. Looks like João got himself a little bit lost there. Yes, but the Sporting team does have depth on the bench, so they can make adjustments when needed.
Mads Larsen towards this near side, and there is that timeout, and a moment here for Sporting just to regroup themselves. It's been a second half where they've really almost pushed it, but then they've in return have given the chances to Aarhus to extend that lead.
Definitely, so they need to toe that line between pushing it to the limits. Currently they're sitting over the limits of that line. They need to rein it back a little bit. It's looking like when they're taking their shots, they're already one step in front of the goalpost and they're trying to go a full run up. As a goalball player, you know your 6 meters line, and if you're not adjusting your run up for that step forward, you're going to be over the high ball line, which they have done on 3 occasions already in this second half. Sacramento back to the goal.
And unleashes, and that one is into that right pocket. Jensen gathers the ball and gives it to Mads Larsen. Larsen with his hair flowing, and fires a shot towards that left pocket. Sacramento makes no mistake, and he really goes up to the high ball line. That was really close from Sacramento. Robert Avery watching that high ball line like a hawk. And here's Casper Gregerson, who's towards the middle of the Sporting goal. Good work from Jean Motta. He's over to his teammate Luis Miguel, who has to get a jog on here, and that one goes wide. He was under pressure, and that one is wide.
Miguel dealt with that one quite well to get the ball across the court. He had to make some adjustments on the pass. As a centre player, you should be hitting the mark and trying to make sure that your wing can not have to adjust for it. But Miguel did really well there. John Motta with a very fast return there out to the left wing from his perspective.
Yeah, Casper Gregerson now with that effort. That one is blocked, and Sacramento just takes a moment to tiptoe his way to the far side of the court. A rotation throw in full flow. Sacramento is back in position. He's just right of centre and now making his way towards his near side of the court to cover this near side of the goal as the ball goes to the far side, and that one goes wide.
Miguel likes to put his whole body behind these balls to get them out, to make sure they're there. To me, I don't really know if that's needed. The ball was already out. It might be a little bit of wasted energy that it does not need to convert after 3 days of playing.
Luis Miguel into that left pocket. That one's covered by Jensen. Jensen just takes a second to compose himself and goes right down the middle of the court. Jean Motta says, "I'll have another go from the centre this time." Goes towards Larson on the near side. Good covering from Larson. And that one is swept out by Jensen. Flung himself across the court. Well, Aarhus have been highly impressive in this second half of hardly given Sporting a sniff.
Definitely, the Aarhus team have been solid in defence at the moment. Let's hope that doesn't change for them. Jensen in that centre, he's been working that team really well at the moment, helping his wingers out and putting the body on the line, getting that ball out for blockouts and outs.
So just over 6 minutes remaining, and as it currently stands, Aarhus will be finishing in 5th spot in this EGCA Champions League qualifier.
It would be well deserved for them. They've really grown as a team throughout this tournament, and they've been able to show that they've been getting good wins on the board. Really good movement there by Miguel out to the wing.
Now the time called by Aarhus. As we're approaching the final quarter of the game then, Niall. Player of the match, and I think 2 for Aarhus, in my opinion. I'll cheat, see what you think. I talked about Jensen, I think that's certainly one, and Gregerson is my other one.
They're my 2 names as well. We've always loved Larson, but Gregerson and Jensen, they've been putting in a shift today. Jensen in that centre position, he's been a steadfast for this Aarhus team, and Gregerson, is he up to 20 goals for the tournament now?
He certainly is threatening. He was on just double checking the stat pack that's in front of me. Yeah, he's up to 20 now with Gregerson, so he's had a fine tournament.
He's had a very fine tournament. He's displayed very good shot variety and clinical penalty shooting ability there as well for this Aarhus team.
Well, the poll will be going up shortly. Big effort that from Luis Miguel, who ends his run from that far side of the court towards this near side as Jensen has a go towards Luis Miguel. That one is blocked.
And shown the ability there as well to gather that ball and diving over that ball to get himself back up. He's a taller lad as well.
Big block by Mads Larsen. And that poll is now live for player of the match. There's Jensen and Casper Gregerson, your 2 options.
Really nice smooth effort there by Zhao.
Locked out.
So it is Sacramento who comes off Is that the last time we see him on the court for this EGCA Champions League qualifier, and it is Hugo Cavaco who is going to come on for Sporting. Hugo Cavaco with 5 goals so far, 2 goals in their previous game in the 5 to 8th placement match.
Looks like Sacramento's adjusting his pads there as well, so I don't know if we're going to be seeing him later on in this game. But he's played a very solid tournament for this Sporting team. He is a spark plug. But now it's getting some court time there for the Sporting number 1.
Luis Miguel with the effort towards that left pocket. That one's parried away. Big block by Luis Miguel. That one looked like a high ball, and it looked even like a long ball as well at the same time.
Just pick one. Take what you want. The referee's caught it, and it looks like Gregerson stepping up for it. I thought Jensen might have wanted this one, but Gregerson has stepped up for this one.
Yeah, it is Kasper Gregerson who's been in fine form offensively throughout this game. Can he almost cement Aarhus's 5th position in the tournament? You bet he can. That is a superb finish, hitting the back stanchion of this near corner of the goal. Beautiful, crisp, precise finish, and that is 7 up for Aarhus, and they are now in pole position to finish in 5th spot now.
Yeah, you couldn't have wanted a better penalty from that. The only better it could have been is off the post and in, but it nestled in nicely, and
Mads Larsson to continue going for that left pocket.
great legs there by Jensen just to get that between his feet.
A good exchange between Cavaco and Jensen, and here comes Gregerson who goes down that far side, and that one is tipped wide.
Osh just opting to slow down the pace of the game. They don't really need to push this game's tempo right now. They want to play at theirs with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Luis Miguel, he really digs that into the court. Well, the poll is now live. Of course, a player of the match to Aarhus's players, Mathias Jensen and Kasper Gregerson. Get your votes in as Gregerson makes that throw down the near side. Throw down the centre, that one is blocked by Jean Motta.
Quiet, please. Play.
So the clock ticking down. Sporting really need to motor, but as they've really tried to push, they've given away penalties, and they've actually not been able to really break through this Aarhus three, who have been so solid despite only being the 3 available players on the court.
Yeah, this Aarhus team have worked really well as a trio. They're working off each other's strengths, and yeah, you could hear the pop it lifted. Motta there with a high ball penalty.
And that's another one for Sporting conceded in the second half, and this can really rubber stamp their position of 5th in the tournament. This is Kasper Gregerson, who has produced some beautiful penalties, and that's another really good save from Jean Motta.
Really good save from Jean Motta. Again, they tried to go to his hand side there, but he was very strong and he waited for that ball to come down, to come across him.
Pushing it down the centre of the court, that one is saved. So substitution for Sporting as Luis Miguel is going to come off.
I think the contrast between the Sporting team and the Aarhus team is that the Aarhus team has just been so much more disciplined. There's not been, I don't think there's been any penalties given away for them.
Quiet, please. Play.
That's Larson now, just on this near side of the court. Reply from Delphine, the substitute, back onto the court for Sporting. Here is Mats Larson again. Great tournament he has had. Pleasure to watch him play over the course of the weekend, Mats Larson.
Swooping effort there by Larson just to get that ball out of play.
Casper Gregerson. João Mota, who has produced 2 excellent penalty saves, lying across the court to his left. That one goes wide from Tomasz Delphine. That one is blocked. Jensen just happy for that ball to roll towards the halfway line. He almost like he wanted to just go for a nap as well. He's put so much effort into the game, as has Gregerson and Jensen, with just over 2 minutes remaining. They are nearly there.
Legal coaching there by Sporting. Yeah, Jensen looked like they just wanted to have a little bit of a rest on that one. The Sporting number 1 did throw a high ball and got away with it, and I think the Sporting bench thought the high ball was cold, so they did make some noise from there, and it's triggered a legal coaching call.
So Gregerson up against the number 7, Tomasz Delphine. It's 7 against 7. Gregerson takes a step, goes towards that far side, and it's another good save. That's 3 brilliant saves. 1 from Tomasz Delphine now to go with that 2 from João Mota. Aarhus could have been well into the distance, but still with a good advantage. There's an effort towards that left pocket.
Yeah, a couple of chances there by Aarhus that they could have extended this lead out to 7, but they stay on 7 with a 5-goal gap.
Gregerson with that effort towards the middle of the court. That one's also blocked. Good push towards that left pocket, and that one is another block made by Jensen.
Timeout, Sporting.
And a timeout called by Sporting. 1 minute 42 seconds remaining in this second half. Well, a word for both teams as we're approaching the end of this 5th and 6th placement match. Of course, with a really hard-fought performance in this game, but Sporting with so much attacking talent. The fact that they've only scored twice really does show how well Aarhus have played overall.
Yeah, credit to this Aarhus team. They have really dug deep, and they've hardly put a foot wrong in this 5th, 6th playoff game. Moving over to the Sporting side, they've had their chances, and they've been hitting the players rather than the gaps. And when you're only hitting the players, it's unless it's bobbling. And it looked like that sums up their Sporting's day. They went for a strong attack in, swooping through a movement shot, and it just slipped out of their player's hand. Luckily, it bounced out rather than over the high ball line.
Mats Larson, that was a really nice effort, but blocked by Delphine. 90 seconds remaining, and Tomasz Delphine has got a 3rd for Sporting, so aiming to finish with a flourish here, Sporting.
consolation goal there by Delphine. We did say Osh haven't put many steps wrong. It was a slight error there by Jensen in the middle.
So it is close in our player of the match. Matthias Jensen just leading our poll. 57% to 43% for Kasper Gregersen. So still time to get your votes in. We have a minute and 12 seconds remaining. And here is one of those player of the match nominees, Kasper Gregersen, with that effort towards the centre of the sporting goal. João Mota takes it right down the middle. That one's blocked by Jensen. And still so much energy. He's like a cat prowling, pouncing on anything. And that one is a bouncing, awkward one by Jensen that's covered well by Thomas Delphine, and that's blocked out as we move into the final minute.
Scrambling effort there by Sporting to keep that ball out of the back of the net. Really credit to Jensen. He had a lot of top spin over that bounce, which then carried over the hands.
Here is Kasper Gregersen. Can he add another one to his tally? Good block by João Mota in the centre. Larson with that save. And getting past him.
Jensen coming in just to make sure it is out.
That's Larson. 25 seconds to go. Rotation throw, bouncing ahead towards that right gap, and that one's saved. Cavaco now, the youngster. Number 1 on his back of his shirt, goes towards this near side. That one's blocked by Mads Larsen with just over 10 seconds to go. This should be the final throw for Orsh. That one is saved. And here comes Thomas Delphine with the efforts. And that is full time.
Credit to this Osh team. They really had a plan, and they came out and executed that plan. And that plan was stay tight in defence and take the opportunities when they were possible.
So they finish in 5th spot. Overall in the tournament, and with only 3 players available, 2 for pretty much the majority of that game. That is a really good effort. Sporting will finish 6th overall, and our player of the match goes to Matthias Jensen.
Another strong working centre, and a credit to this Osh team. It really shows that the work that they put behind the scenes in the hours that no one else will know about, on their fitness and also on their court ability, has really paid off for them. They're a team that's grown into this. It would have been interesting if this day had an extra day. This Osh team could have troubled some of the other squads.
Well, that's 2 games down, 2 to go, and now the next game really is a big one. It is Fen Tigers taking on Leon. It is the bronze medal match, but it means even more almost than the bronze medal. This is for a ticket to the Champions League finals in Montenegro. Biggest game of the weekend.
Biggest game of the weekend now. It's win and go to the finals, or it's lose and have that agonising 4th place finish, and it's that 4th place finish that no team wants to be in. Yeah, it's a really big game, and it's going to be a hard one there for Leon with the home support with the Fen Tigers. They've had lots of support throughout this tournament.
So don't go anywhere. We are reaching the climax of this EGCA Champions League qualifiers. Our next game will be that bronze medal match. It is Fen Tigers taking on Leon. That'll be coming up in just around half an hour's time. We'll be presenting the 2 teams onto the court in roughly 20 minutes' time.